What is going on, IF Warriors? It's your boy Edward V, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Today is not going to be anything research based or anything like that. I'm going to take a little bit of a break for this video when it comes to research. What I'm going to do, however, is I'm going to talk on a topic that I think is important, and a lot of people have commented asking the question of why is my channel so hyper focused on intermittent fasting, and is there even a point to having an intermittent fasting focused channel? I'm going to touch on some misconceptions that people have with my channel and what I do with Fledged Fitness. So this is a topical conversation piece that I'm doing here. It's literally everything is just off the top of my head. I'm just talking one-on-one with me and you guys, me and the audience. I want to clear some stuff up. First of all, the channel's main focus is intermittent fasting. Definitely. One thing I want to talk about in regards to that, in regards to it being intermittent fasting focused, is that a lot of people say, well, why are you intermittent fasting focused? Why are you niching yourself so much to one thing? And why don't you talk about all fitness stuff all the time and then, you know, every once in a while talk about intermittent fasting? The problem with that is that then my channel just becomes every single fitness channel on YouTube. And that has never been my goal. My goal has never been to be like every fitness channel on YouTube. I'm sorry, if you're creating a fitness channel and your fitness channel is not hyper focused in 2018 and it's a fitness channel and you're stating that you're just doing it to help people, maybe there should be some self-reflection, some self-evaluation, because how many of those fitness channels exist? So if you're doing one of two things, you're either simply just want to put your hand in the pot and give out a fitness channel that can talk about all the fitness stuff, as does all the fitness channels before you and the ones that are out with you and came out at the same time as you. All fitness channels do that. Or you somehow think that every fitness channel has given horrible and fake information and you're the only one that's going to give the real information. So it's one of those two things. If you're saying that you're doing your fitness channel to help people, yet your fitness channel is like every other fitness channel, then who are you helping? Because your content already exists. Now, it's extremely difficult and extremely hard to be different on YouTube because there's over 2 billion users, millions and millions of those users are creators, and then millions of those millions and millions are consistent creators. And then we get to a few thousands who have 100,000 subscribers or more. So being different on YouTube is very, very hard. It's extremely hard. And if you truly want to provide value, you have to look at what your channel does and what value does it bring to the platform so that the people viewing your content actually get something from it. Not like, hey, you got to do the bicep curl like this, next fitness channel. You got to do the bicep curl like this, next fitness channel. You got to do the bicep curl like this, make sure not to swing, next fitness channel. Make sure to stay stiff and you don't swing your arms. How are you helping someone if you're just giving the same content as everyone else? Now, niche fitness channels is where it's at. You have to niche it more. You have to be the ambassador for whatever thing that you feel is what you want to touch on the most. The way I saw it was that I wanted to be a fitness channel, obviously, but I wanted to provide value. And the thing that I loved the most of everything that I've done encompassing fitness was intermittent fasting. So I said, okay, I will be an intermittent fasting focused channel. So I knew that fitness channels talked about intermittent fasting, but they didn't focus on it. So if they talked about it once, they wouldn't talk about it again for another month or another month and a half. And they might have 3, 4, 5 videos total talking about intermittent fasting, but it's not enough. You're not getting all of the studies that are coming out or all of these things or all of these rebuttals or all of your questions where there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions for intermittent fasting. Those things are not being tackled. Those things are not being answered. So there wasn't value being provided in terms of intermittent fasting. So I decided to make my channel that place, the hub that you can go to for intermittent fasting content. Now, it doesn't mean that intermittent fasting is the only thing in the world that exists. It doesn't mean that intermittent fasting is the only thing that you should do. Do I believe it's the best when it comes to weight loss and when it comes to health and all that stuff, yes, I do believe that, and I believe that based on scientific studies. I don't believe that because I do it, because I have a channel. Here's the thing, when I made my channel, people weren't looking for intermittent fasting stuff. It wasn't really popular. I was doing it when no one else was doing it. I got lucky that this entire topic started to trend, but I was talking about intermittent fasting before people were even talking about intermittent fasting, which is why there wasn't a channel dedicated to intermittent fasting until I did my channel. Now you'll see a lot of channels, dedicated to specific topics. And I think those are the people who are giving the best value in fitness in 2018. People like Thomas DeLar, he focuses heavy on keto. He's going to dab in other things, same way as I dab in, working out, fitness routines that you could do at home, things like that, like how to increase your cardiovascular system. I dab those in within the premise, usually within the premise of intermittent fasting, but sometimes completely outside of the premise of intermittent fasting. But you know that those are few and far between, and if you want intermittent fasting information, you'll come to this channel. Same thing if you want ketogenic diet information, you'll go to Thomas DeLauer's channel, because he is razor focused on a specific topic, so that if you want to learn more on that topic, you can go to Thomas DeLauer's video. The problem is that all these fitness channels want to encompass everything, and that's already been done. That already exists. You would have been really truly helping people if you would have done it a long time ago, back in 2008, back in 2009, when there weren't that many fitness channels. But that's not the case anymore. There's a bunch of them. So is there a point to having an intermittent fasting focused channel? Yes, there's definitely 100% reason to have that. It's a place that people know that they can come to, that they know week in and week out they're going to get content specified to what they are trying to learn more about. Do you have to watch my channel? No. Let's say you want how to build your shoulders, and I don't really focus on that. Go to a channel that focuses on how to build your muscle, how to build your shoulder. But you, as the viewer, have options. You can watch someone who teaches you how to build your shoulder, and then you could come to me if you want intermittent fasting information. You can see if someone can show you how to run faster, and then you can come to me if you want to be able to know how to use your body fat as fuel effectively by becoming fat adapted, and then running a marathon being fat adapted utilizing fat. So you can pick those. I don't insult your intelligence as a viewer, and believe that my channel is the only channel that exists and the only channel that you're gonna watch and touch on everything possible. I get it. People want my take on certain things, and I do dabble in certain things to give you an idea of what I do, or what the science is saying that one should do, what the studies are touching on when it comes to a specific task, a specific workout, whatever it is. But this channel is for you to get intermittent fasting information. So to all the people that are leaving comments and talking about, you need to talk about more things, you need to talk about other things than intermittent fasting, I'm not going to really do that. This channel is an intermittent fasting channel. Am I going to talk about other things? Yes, but those are the exception, not the rule. The rule is that you're going to get as much intermittent fasting information as I can possibly give you. That means all the new studies that come out. That means all the rebuttals to people who create videos that lack scientific information, that touch on studies but don't break down the limitations of those studies, that don't compare those studies to ones that were done with less limitations and showing the results of those studies. And I think that that's important. I think that there needs to be an ambassador. I think there needs to be some sort of a police out there in terms of intermittent fasting, because when something gets strong, when something gets popular, what happens is all the people who try to run the trend or try to run on the trend, they start to revert back. Everyone starts to say things like, just look at all the fitness people who were coming up on intermittent fasting. Most of them, people that I know, people that I, respect and all that, people have a difference of opinion. But they were gung-ho about intermittent fasting, and then Now they're trying to create the trend to be different, to say that intermittent fasting isn't that good. Intermittent fasting doesn't even work. And the study that they present have so many limitations. Point being is alternate day fasting. Everyone uses alternate day fasting to prove that intermittent fasting doesn't work, but throw it in the box of intermittent fasting when it truly isn't intermittent fasting. You can eat during the days that you fast. You can eat up to 500 calories. So you're not consistently fasting for a consistent amount of time, which is what creates those specific things like the autophagy, the reduced insulin for a long period of time. So it's misleading. And yes, there needs to be a channel that points those things out, and that's my channel. And my channel is everything involved with intermittent fasting. The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it is, I'm going to touch on it. I'm going to talk about it. So this video is somewhat of a rant, kind of, actually, yes, it is. It's me trying to explain the point of my channel. To a lot of people come, they say, hey, Fledge, fitness, this means fitness, this is all about fitness. Yes, it's a fitness channel that focuses on intermittent fasting. You can get a lot of stuff from all these other channels, but if you want to get intermittent fasting stuff, you can get that right here. And I'm not telling you stop what you're doing and do this. I'm not telling you stop doing your diet, whatever diet you're doing. If you do the 6 meals a day diet and you're succeeding with it, fine. What you can use this channel as is, if all of the other diets have failed you and they haven't worked for you and you've tried them, then try this. Or if you tried a few and they haven't worked, then try this. That's all that needs to be said. I'm not trying to force anyone to do intermittent fasting. Anyone that wants to do it can do it. If you don't, you don't have to. But you know that if you want to do it and if you want more information, then this channel exists. I'm gonna end my rant right there, guys. I hope you guys appreciated this type of video. I know it's very, very different. I'm usually doing intermittent fasting, at least answering questions, at least doing an FAQ or something like that. But I felt that I needed to make this video because I want people to understand what the focus of this channel is and the reason behind the focus of the channel. A lot of people have been misled. For example, a lot of people have coupled me with all other people who do intermittent fasting and push for intermittent fasting, in which they say calories don't matter. If you look at my videos from day one, I've never said calories don't matter. I've always said calories will always determine your weight gain and weight loss. But intermittent fasting helps auto-target body fat and make that the more predominant weight loss than all the other ones. So what you're burning is fat, as opposed to what you're burning being muscle or being glycogen or whatever it is, things that carry calories. Fat is targeted more when your insulin is down. They think that because people talk about intermittent fasting and they're always stating that calories in versus calories out doesn't matter, that anyone who's an advocate for intermittent fasting also believes in that idea. People are different. Things are nuanced. My channel, I am an advocate for intermittent fasting, but for example, I don't drink coffee. Drinking coffee is huge in the intermittent fasting community. I don't do it. And I don't like it. I even have a video stating why I don't like it. But can you drink coffee? Yes. It's up to you. Anyways, I'm going to end the rant right here, and I'm going to put my Patreons up because I love you guys and you guys are so supportive. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to put your names right up here. Okay, guys, and as always, I will see you on Wednesday for an FAQ. Peace.